Okay, so you just won King of the Air for the second year in a row. Congrats. That was an
Thanks a bunch,
insane
man.
performance. Yeah, tell us what you were riding, what size kite were you riding, how were the conditions, how was it for you?
So my setting, it was all the competition, 9 meter Rebel D-Lab, and a small bar on 24 meter line, and the Heim Team Series 136 for 41.
Yep.
And man, on that windy condition, this year has been super tough. The wind was the average on 20 knots and maybe gusting 28. So on not that windy, man, with the Rebel, I really found amazing because I could always feel like the tension and the power on the kite, even if the wind was not really enough. You know what I mean? Was enough, but not to
Not crazy
properly get
overpowered.
the feeling of the kite, and still was working amazing. You know,
Yeah.
always had the tension, the yank of the kite, the hang time, and yeah. And I think that kite like just give me the extra high to win it, you know, because I was going higher. And
Yeah, I mean, watching, especially in the final, which is kind of the main part that I got to watch, it was pretty clear that you were like going up higher and hanging longer than the other competitors. So I think it definitely gave you an advantage in those conditions. You were riding a different kite last year. You were riding the Evo D Lab, and then this year you made the transition to the Rebel D Lab. And we were communicating a lot throughout the year, texting, and we met up in Spain and did a test session together. Like maybe just tell us like a little bit about like your progression coming from the Evo to the Rebel, and what advantages you see, or why did you make that switch?
Yeah, I think it's been the first session like not hard, but you know what's a bit strange. You know, getting used to is always like this. When you pass to something that you really get used to, and then something new you have to get used to. And at the beginning, I was feeling the kite good, but even maybe even too extreme. But now I understand that it was the perfect combination. You know, once I get used to, have just to pull it, and the kite goes low, and that's what I love it. You know, it's really, now with the Rebel especially, all the trick I do felt just way more extreme than with the Evo. The pull and the hang time, how much I stay in the air is just way better on the Rebel. You know, still the Evo is a really good kite, but it's a kite, that you can do everything on it. But the Rebel is just for it. You know, if you wanna fly and feel the kite on hand and feel the power, is the kite for you. You know. And honestly, I even enjoy more. You know, double loop honestly is good. It's really good. I have to, competition. Everyone knows. But man, when you go out on 45 knots and 8 meter that you cannot almost hold it, that's the real kiting, and that's the real power of kiting. You know, not going with smaller size to make the kite turn faster. And to me, the riding is this one, 8 meter, 45 knots, and fully powered, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like flying higher than you can. That's kiting. You know what I mean?
Do you think that that's like a direction that other riders are going now? Like I notice other riders are also riding five-stroke kites. You see people kind of changing.
For sure, right now we have the best setting and the best stuff, and we can see it when people like copying you and try to do what you did, means that you the best. Otherwise, they were not doing what you have right now. So.
Yeah, and I mean there also comes a point like if you have the fastest kite in the world and you can jump and you can do 3 loops, but you're not getting the pull down wind,
And
you're
that's
not getting
also
the kite angle. It's not the same as doing like a really high single loop where you're getting like above the kite.
and I also understand that I really isn't. I not wanna be like a guy that the kite is doing everything because it's too easy. I wanna be like I'm doing that trick because I'm the only one I can do it, because I train more, and that trick is the hardest one, that exists. And that's real. I get really, even if I don't win nothing, I just proud of myself when I do something new that I really feel proper. I say, wow, yes, that's amazing. You know?
Well, I mean, we've all seen like your progression this year. Like, I've watched you throughout the year and just like watching you on Instagram and
Yeah, it's just been hard. Like I was always there, but I was just missing maybe the right focus. And it's not always like this. Also, life, man, it's like this. Is up and down. If it's always up, you don't learn nothing and you don't grow. Like this, losing, I grow more than winning. And probably if I wasn't losing, now I didn't had my wife over here.
Yeah, it seemed like you sort of gained momentum. I mean, you made a big transition changing kites this year, and then you kind of gained momentum throughout the year, and it seems like now in the perfect time just before the King of the Air, you kind of got in the sweet spot where you were really happy with your gear, everything was working, you were in
Exactly.
the right mindset,
Exactly.
and it was like perfect timing to go into the competition, and you made it through. So yeah, it was
Thanks so
insane.
much,
It was
man.
insane to watch.
Thanks
and
for
yeah,
the
we're
work,
super
and
proud.
we're gonna keep sending it and keep working and always keep it up and do better stuff.
Yeah. Okay, I have one more question for you. What is the trap? I don't know what you always talk about the
Yeah,
trap in
man.
your interviews. What's the trap? What's that all about?
No
I
one-
don't know what it
Man.
means. I don't know if you want to share what it means, but
Of course, man, I wanna share. No one really know what's the real trap. The real
Okay.
trap, you really know only when you see it. You know, when you see something that, like, you go like this and
Okay.
that's the trap. You know, like the biggest trick you can do it,
Okay,
and
okay.
you know, I say I wanna make Crash the judge from the towel. You know, when they like this, and
Okay.
that's the trap. You know.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. Okay. The trap. All right. Thanks, man.
Thanks to you,
All
bro.
right. Yeah.
Cheers, everyone.
Thanks.
It's nothing to say, man. It's just the trap is came back.